You guys aren't gonna believe this. I was looking at my YouTube channel, and 5 years to the day, I uploaded my first video on YouTube. It's been 5 years since I started the Calirado Kid channel, and I cannot tell you what a wild ride it's been. And hopefully, if you've been along for the journey, you've seen all the hijinks, all the adventures, and it's been a mighty, mighty adventure overall. Like, this whole thing has been crazy. I never thought it would get to the point where it's at, but it is. It's grown to a point where it's almost unsustainable, and that's what I'm here to talk about today. You see, this channel takes so much time. It is, I know it may not seem like that because I'm making short form content, and short form content say 30 seconds, 45 seconds, but I would also like to think that you understand like how much time goes into the planning, the execution of this content that is, again, by all means, shouldn't take very long at all, but the scripting, the multiple characters, all that stuff, it is certainly ballooned into something I never expected. In fact, when I first started this channel, the goal was just to make ride videos, kind of like my buddy Brian, BKXC, just riding around, doing POV stuff, telling funny jokes, and I was just gonna be an international superstar because of that. But that's not really what happened. And as the channel evolved, I got a sense of burnout when doing long form stuff, so I transitioned over to short form stuff, and then I found tremendous success, which brings us to where we're at now. I mean, like, this channel now has gotten to the point where it takes so much time. It is certainly a full-time job, and I don't know if you know this, I do have a full-time job as well, and so managing those two things plus family has been very difficult for me. It's put a lot of stress on my shoulders because every weekend when I go out, I have a limited window to shoot the videos I need to shoot to get them prepped for the week. And it's certainly just, I feel like I've been more stressed out over the last year than I have been throughout the course of this whole thing. And I think there's just got to be a point where I find an equilibrium, and it's right now. I think it's now. So why am I making this video now? Well, the bottom line is we've reached a breaking point. Wait, I gotta find a bigger stick than that. So why am I making this video now? We've reached a breaking point. So stupid. I can no longer manage work and family and this channel. It has just become overwhelming, and it's taken some of the fun away from my life. So I have made the executive decision. I have consulted with my boss, the wife, and we have officially agreed that it is in everyone's best interest for me to leave my job and become the Calirado Kid full-time. That's right, my last day at work was yesterday. I am now officially a full-time content creator, just in time for the TikTok ban. Look, while my timing might not be impeccable, nor my composition, because the shadow should not run through the shot. Look, this is something that cinematographers know greatly, and I never said that I was one, but the bottom line is I have decided to focus on the Calirado Kid channel full-time. It has been 5 years since I started the channel, and we've seen all kinds of growth. It's been crazy. You guys want to join me for story time real quick? Can I tell you some stories? Come with me, come on. Look, first things first, I gotta throw a big thank you to my buddy Brian from the BKXC channel. He is the inspiration that started it all. In fact, I found out that he had a YouTube channel. He was into mountain biking. I didn't mountain bike, I didn't own a bike, and one day I found out he had the channel. I went and started watching religiously. He was doing 3 videos a week, and I didn't even ride a bike. I just wanted to support him. And then he announced he was going full-time very early on in his channel, which I partly thought he was crazy, but more so I thought he was a genius, because I remember messaging him and saying, look, even if it doesn't work out, it will be the best year of your life. You can always go get another job. And for some reason, I never took my own advice here, but he agreed, and he's been doing it for years. He's traveled the world. He's had some of the best experiences ever. I couldn't have done it without him. He was the inspiration for me not only getting into mountain biking, but starting a channel. And if you don't know this, I had actually tried to start several channels before this one, but I never followed through. I had perfection paralysis, or there's actually a name for it, but that's not it. Perfection, you get the idea. Where everything has to be perfect so you don't start the thing. And I did that many times. In Colorado, I was thinking about starting a travel channel, didn't work. I went to LA, I thought about starting a video game channel, also never started it, never got off my ass and started it. But with inspiration from my buddy Brian, I finally got a camera on my chest and just started riding, doing POV riding footage. And really, that was the goal of the channel, to just do POV mountain bike riding and become an international superstar. That didn't really work out though. You see, as I started to get more elaborate with my video production and the views and the follows didn't come, I think mentally it definitely affected me. So I was almost ready to call it quits, to pull back from long form entirely, and then something happened. Fate struck, and I had a short form video go absolutely viral. The first thing I'd ever had go millions and millions of views. I saw it set trends across the world. I was seeing people in Brazil and Europe and all over the place doing the thing that I had done in a video, and it just exploded my creativity again. It brought me back from the brink, and I had focused on short form ever since, really developing and honing that skill of short form content, making shorts and reels and all this stuff, millions and millions. I think on this channel, 120 plus million views later, maybe more. Instagram, probably the same. It's been nuts. And the fact that now I go out to a trailhead and I'm recognized everywhere, it's been, to say a journey. It's been a wild journey. It has been, and it continues to grow. And despite my bad timing with the TikTok thing coming down the pipeline, I think I'm doing the right thing. I think I'm going to be so much happier with my time management, with the ability to just go out and shoot, hopefully whenever I can, not have the stress on my shoulders that I have to specifically shoot at this time because I got to be at work all day, pick up the kids at this time. Like it's going to free me up. Now that being said, it's going to be a little bit more stressful on the financial side, but you let me worry about that. You guys just worry about being entertained. And look, I have promised for years that I would be producing more long-form content, but the problem has always been I'm at work all day during the week, I pick up the kids, I have family obligations, I'm cleaning, I'm cooking, I'm doing all that stuff. Don't hate doing any of that. I was good at work, I really enjoyed it. Great, I love spending time with the family, and this will give me more time with the family. But those long-form videos that I promised you, they're coming, they're here. I mean, now I have no excuse. I can go out during the day and shoot when I couldn't before. There's daylight out during the middle of the day. I think it's just gonna do wonders for this channel, and there's so many ideas that I've had that I can't wait to put on film. And I know this isn't film because it's digital, but you get what I'm trying to say. So some of my goals for 2025 are to travel and collaborate a lot more. I'd love to get out to Utah and hang out with Eric Porter and Christian Pepper. I'd love to go up north, up to Bellingham, Washington. I'm hoping to get up to Crankworks this year. And for the first time, I've been putting it off because I always have to work when Crankworks is happening. So there's a lot of things that I want to do in terms of travel. I want to hit the East Coast. I've never ridden much on the East Coast, so there's a lot of stuff I want to do over there. But man, there's just so many ideas in my head, and I can't wait to share everything with you guys. So look, the obvious question is, how am I going to do this financially? Well, number one, I've got great partners on board already. N+1 Bikes has been a tremendous supporter. Sean and the crew over there are great people. If you want to help support me and support them, I've got links down below, and I'll have affiliate links that if you go through their shop, I'll get a small percentage. More importantly, you'll be supporting a rad bike shop. In addition to that, I'm working with Insta360. Their cameras have been tremendous, and I can't wait to show a lot more ride footage from across the world with their cameras. So if you pick up a camera, if you use my affiliate link, that'll help me a little bit too. In addition to that, I'm working with my buddies over at Everyman Jack. They have been a tremendous partner over the last couple of years. They are very rooted in the outdoors and focusing on the community, and I love working with them. So if you smell bad, you may want to just pick up some Everyman Jack, and hopefully that will help you. But in addition to that, I'll probably work on dropping merch at some point. I haven't had any time to plan for that stuff. I've just been so busy, so maybe I'll have a little bit more spare time to plan that out. The bottom line is here though, look, don't forget, the bottom line is just watching the videos, hanging out, liking, that's more than enough. You've done enough, so I think we're good on that front. So I've got these partners in place, and I've got the will to succeed, and hopefully, you're along for the journey. And I gotta tell you one more thing. One of my goals for 2025, it's gotta happen. I gotta get 1 million views on a long form video. I've never done it. I've got millions and millions and I got plenty of videos on the short form that's got 20 million, 10 million, all that stuff. Now I need a long form that gets over 1 million. That's the goal. So now my creativity's gotta flourish. The pressure's on. The Calirado Kid can't slouch anymore. And you guys can hold me accountable if you want. Just tell me I'm screwing up. It'll be fine. So here goes nothing. 2025, let's hope I'm not just jumping off a cliff, huh? Thanks for being here, and big things for the Calirado Kid in 2025. I appreciate you guys. I was gonna jump off this rock, but there's like sharp rocks down at the bottom, so I'm gonna go this way. It's like it's just a metaphor for like a cliff, like a changing of the tides. Your life's changes, so you're jumping off a cliff to the. You get the point. Okay. All right.